It's happening, guys. We have a gap up in the overnight session on the market. This is Nasdaq E-mini futures. The deal has come out in the news positively. Trump and Iran, or I should say US and Iran, um, the deal to end the war has been announced. Now, the final signing, though, will be happening on Friday. And as I said, that over the weekend, as we get the positive news, which has more likelihood to come out, even though prior to that, we did have some strikes again. Okay. Now, what you want to make out of it, you make out of it. But as of the time, this is just when the overnight sessions have opened. We have a gap up in the market. Definitely futures opened earlier. I was waiting for overnight session to also open so that I can take you over other stocks as well, like Tesla and semiconductors, nvidia, micron, sandisk, AMD, all that good stuff. So market overnight session just opened and I'm doing this video just for you. So if you appreciate this type of due diligence that I bring to you as much as in real time possible, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like, hit the notification bell. These days there's a new feature on YouTube as well, the hype feature. If you can hit that as well, I'll really appreciate that. All right, with that, let's jump right into it. Once I let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So let's cover the summary real quick and we'll jump on to the technicals and my opinion. So US and Iranian officials said on Sunday they have agreed on a peace framework for a deal to end their war, halt the US blockade of Iran, and reopen the Strait of Hormuz, possibly leading to lower energy prices once oil shipments resume through the critical waterways. This is Trump's statement. And as I was telling you, that, in this paragraph, this is Trump's statement. Also, the deal with Islamic Republic of Iran is now complete, US President Donald Trump wrote on his Truth Social platform. And his post came shortly after when Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, whose country has served as a mediator, announced a deal had been struck early on Monday local time. Now, this is all good in place, but signing is on Friday in Europe. And as you know, even when the deal was closed, we still had some strikes. Okay, and Trump did, did show his opposition to that act. But look, seeing it over the course of now months and years, just still we have to be careful always. We have to be careful. You should be prepared for any surprise if that happens. But now so many parties and things are lined up and everyone is so much invested into it. But I think this will go through. We will have signing on Friday. But and price action is supporting all of that, right? We have a really good gap up, right? Just saying though, just saying, just have seen so much in the past months and years that anything can happen. But so far seems like the probability is that we can put it on the ice now and just get going with other things, all right, in the market. So now let's take a look at our technicals. Okay, well, let's take a look at our technicals, and I'm showing you right now the futures of Nasdaq 100, that is E-mini futures, a really good gap up. And I told you this very thing in my last video, that as we have this type of positive news come out, we will see a gap up in the market, right? This gap doesn't have to fill. Okay, there is a pullback possibility, but pullback may not necessarily fill the whole gap. We'll get to the technicals in just a moment. The point is that most likely we may see a new all-time highs considering everything goes smooth. Oil is already falling, the oil futures I should say, and things are looking great. Now, TradingView doesn't show overnight session right away on those specific particular charts. So we will be leveraging Robinhood over here. Okay, so I wanna be using the indices themselves in the overnight session. One thing I do want to point out, if you look at E-mini futures, that is S&P 500 futures, they have a good solid gap up as well. Okay, that is almost 1.67% gap up. But when I look at Robinhood with SPY, the let it load. Yeah, the gap up is so not exactly at par. So not sure what to make out of it. Either SPY is trying to catch up. I haven't really seen this discrepancy before, but not sure what is the reason for that. Why E-mini future is way ahead, almost by I mean, that's up 1.6%. This is just around 1%, so you get my point. But we'll actually be using this S&P 500 value from Robinhood in the overnight session to go through our technicals. But Nasdaq 100 seems like it is doing great. Like it seems like more at par with the on the Robinhood. So if I show you QQQ real quick, it's 12 up. So okay, let's take a look at it, guys. Okay, so let's get to the index here, S&P 500. Okay, and futures are looking really good. And oh yeah, we are right over there. Let's load up S&P 500 on Robinhood, and we'll do the technicals on the regular chart itself, so that we can look through the things as how they would open, so that you have more correlation with that particular chart. Okay, so 749 is where S&P 500 in the overnight session is, which is quite a good gap up in the overnight session. 749. I'm just gonna use the line here. It's almost here, right? Our technical zone actually. Now I'm just gonna change the color of this, so that is red is more like feeling of resistance. So I'm gonna do it purple. So right here we are in the overnight session. This doesn't have to like fully fill the gap, guys. Okay, when such a catalyst comes out in the market doesn't have to fully fill the gap. The next day we may see some pullback. That's a possibility, but those pullback most likely are going to get bought up. We do have another significant level right underneath that. Let me actually make it bold. Let me change its weight, so that okay, so we do have another significant level right over there, 746. If any pullback happens, as I said, technically our bias will remain bullish in the price action this week. As I have been saying, market structure changed on Thursday at 734 area. I have been telling you that, right? If any pullback happens, don't think we're gonna fill the full gap. Watch this significant level at 746. That could be held, and even if we, let's say, for some reason lose it, go for a full gap fill, likelihood is less, considering nothing changes as for what we know right now. There's still many hours to go before the original regular market opens. So, but as for what we know right now, as if it stays as it is, nothing happens overnight. Okay, no new fires, right? We should be fine. Okay, but even if full gap fill happens, like 743 is also your overall structural bias will just still continue to remain this week right now bullish. Something has to really turn around at this point to make it bearish, but again, I like to see the next day as well. So you still have to be careful. It's not that everything is guaranteed in the price action as well. We have to follow the price action, but those are the levels to watch for the price action to hold. Okay, and there are ways to look at it, right? That if you have been seeing my videos long enough. Anyways, so that's where S&P 500 is. As I say, nothing is guaranteed. You still have to look at the price action and trade the price action. I'm giving you the zones until where we will remain in the bullish structure. Okay, let's take a look at Nasdaq 100. So NASDAQ 100 is much more stronger, and we are $12 up already. Again, you know, great to see that. 733 is where we are, right over here, guys. So NASDAQ 100 is already very strong, and let's get to the hourly interval. Same thing, guys. Most likely all the, you know, pullbacks will be, you know, that place that pullbacks will be bought up even if pullback happens. And you know, so yeah, as long as we hold still 722 above, our structure continues to remain bullish. And as we stay strong, maybe we'll go for a new all-time highs again. The thing is that structure remains bullish. We are seeing a gap up already. Okay, let's take a look at just Tesla's price action as well here real quick. Tesla is also gapping up 410. I have shared my full Tesla trade plan on my members only section. So if you are interested, check those member only section out on my either Patreon or by joining my membership of the stocks coverage from YouTube. It's on Patreon as well though. But anyways, you will find the details in the description of this video. So Tesla has been also in the bullish structure since Thursday, a turnaround from the multi-day side of the strength, and that has been continuing, and it's at 410, looking good. So yeah, the expectation technically is that we will continue to go up. I do want to see it above 414 though tomorrow. If we can close above that, that will be really awesome. That just gives extra strength to it. So that's Tesla. Let's take a look at nvidia overnight session here. So nvidia $4 up as well, right? 209. Let's get to nvidia here. So 209, and remember guys, these are overnight sessions. 209, yep, looking good. So we did have early, this is almost here, it is at next significant level technically. See, these levels are very important, guys. As you are already seeing, where the price is already at those next significant levels, and that's where it's a little bit reacting, because that's why significant levels are there. My tools marks all these levels automatically for you. If you need access to my tools, details you'll find in the description of this video. So nvidia, as for from Thursday, I said that we gotta hold 204 and we are above it, so this becomes our first part of a rebound support. And then as we stay above it, technically slowly, if we make our way, then next is 208. nvidia right now is sitting at 209. It has almost just around that regained, just right there the level. So as if we can hold somehow above it, this thing can push through. But I'll still say nvidia's just multi-day rebounding for overall bullish strength full on to come. We have to still get above 212, but it's a good part of a rebounds on nvidia. But overall strength still has to a little bit confirm more, but it's a good part of a rebound on nvidia. Okay, let's take a look at AMD, because last time I checked AMD in the overnight session, it was like through the roof. So 533 guys, 4% up. 533. This thing is unstoppable. 533 right over here, guys. All right, look, it was already turning bullish from this area I told you from Thursday, and then you can see continue and up again. Bias going in remains bullish. Any pullback to a level below or significant level below is just bullish. AMD structure will remain bullish even until 505. Okay, we don't want to see it come down that low, but tomorrow, you know, when the market opens, some pullback is possible. Gap doesn't have to fully fill, but there is some pullback that is possible, but we may also straight go up. The point is that structure is bullish. AMD is looking really good. Let's take a look at Micron, and we'll then take a look at SanDisk, and we'll wrap up with that. Micron 1031. Let's get to Micron. 1031, and it's right over here. Continues in its bullish structure. Previously I have told you this is the base. On Thursday I told you this is the base, and you can see Friday we held that support of the base, continuing up. It's already up there, and it continues in our bullish structure, guys. Okay, it's still in our bullish structure. Micron is looking just fine as well. SanDisk, I told you on Thursday we'll see a new all-time highs. On Friday we got the new all-time highs, and this is at right now 2062. So 2062. Let's see where SanDisk is. So 2062 again, yeah, it's just continuing its new all-time highs journey. 2062 almost here. Yeah, it's just great, continuing up bullish. And um again, if pullback happens, that'll just be a pullback. Overall structure, it will be fine until even 1850. The point is that we are seeing a gap up follow through, as I said to you guys on the Friday, that as if the news comes out great, everything goes as per line, and it had more likelihood to happen because it's Trump's birthday as well today. So he would like to, gain the aura, and farm the aura as much as he can. And this will become part of his legacy, right? So it's, again, I'm not saying anything is, bad about that. It's just, the pride is associated that way for him. And so, but it's all about, you still have to be cautious. Okay, you still have to be doing risk management. It doesn't mean now you don't have to do risk management. You still have to follow the trading principles. You still have to do the risk management. You still have to position yourself accordingly in the market, and my tools will help you in all of that. Don't trade blindly, trade with the tools, trade with the edge in the market. If you need access to my tools, details you will find in the description of this video. And with that, guys, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.